Yeah, you always seen you always seen the grandmama with fucking goatee and shit. All stress came from, me dealing with fucking family members dying, fucking homicide, like murders, fucking diabetes, fucking heart diseases, natural causes, cancer, stage 4 cancers, and fucking, what do you call it, suicides, and motherfucking COVID-19. All this led back from when like 2 years ago when I ran when my grandfather did not show up at my aunt's funeral. Um, on September 18th of 2021, is prior to him getting being pulled over by Louisiana Highway Patrol for speeding in the highway. And Louisiana Highway Patrol cop gave him a speeding ticket. This this fucking ate my grandfather up to the decree where he had to get pulled over. I mean, huh? 81 years old then, and then now he's 83 years old, so not almost 83. He's almost 83, but he's like 82 now. But I'm working on his well, waiting on his birthday. Coming up, I'm gonna go to his Facebook page, and go to some memories the way he had. You know, well, my grandfather's nothing but 82 years old. He's not even getting any younger. But sometimes the OG's gotta do what OG's gotta do what OG's gotta do. So sometimes you have to learn this from the top. I might just go back on this Lisa Marie Presley shit tomorrow. I'm gonna go back on live in the studio to read this the People magazine regarding Lisa Marie Presley. But it's about 3 minutes behind. I'm gonna have to jump on back to Google Chrome for a minute. And I'm gonna focus on approximately this man. Adam Mitchel Lambert. That's the name. Adam Mitchel Lambert. This man is an American singer and songwriter for 14 years. He has sold 3 million albums. He has sold 3 million albums and 5 million singles worldwide. This guy is known for his dynamic vocal performances that fuse his theatrical training with modern and classic genres all across his country. Lambert had rose to fame in 2009 after finishing as a runner-up on season 8 of American Idol. Later that year, he released his debut album. His very first album is called For Your Entertainment, which debuted at number 3 on the United States Billboard 200. The album spawned several singles, including quote unquote. This is a single. It's a single that Adam Lambert. Yeah, he just come out with a single. It's called What Does It Say? That I got, which I ain't afraid to say. Uh, what is this quote? What do you want from me? Type of, it's a song called What do you want from me? That's a single he did, which that was for he received a Grammy nomination for that best male pop vocal performance. So We're going straight to 2012 when Lambert released his second studio album. It's called Trespassing. The album premiered at #1 at the United States Billboard 200, making him the first openly gay artist. I did not even know that Adam Lambert is gay. But the guy's older than me, man. I can tell the guy wants to play. I can tell that Lambert wants to play goddamn fucking dress up, wear fucking nail polish on his fingernails, like it's just like a fucking uh like a fucking bisexual transgendered freak. Let me see. Let me go back to this shit. Let me go back to this shit. Making him the first openly openly gay artist to top the album charts in 2015. Lambert released his third album, the original High. That's just one of the three albums that he came out to date. The three albums that he had to date, and one of them was the original High, which debuted at number three on the United States Billboard 200, and produced the single Ghost Town. Oh yes, the name Ghosttown. Ghost Town. That's the name. Ghost Town. Alongside his solo career, the solo career he had, what would Adam Lambert do when he had to collaborate with a rock band that he was with? Queen. That's Queen. Okay, it was formed by the likes. It was formed for like what? How many years? That band Queen was formed. When that band Queen was formed. Let me see. Oh shit. What is it? 43 years. It was like what? 43 years that British rock band Queen was formed. Oh yeah, it was in London. It was in United Kingdom, in London, England, in 1970, by the likes of guys like Brian May, Roger Taylor, who later joined by John Deacon, who was a bass uh guitarist or whatever, who did the bass work. Uh, and the one person who's no longer with us, Freddie Mercury. Yes, right, Freddie Mercury, the late great Freddie Mercury. Well, Lambert had done something else by collaborating with Queen, as a as the word Queen. He collaborated with them. This man collaborated with these guys who as a vocalist just for those guys. It says it's what it says Queen. It says Queen plus Adam Lambert. Yeah, Adam Lambert. They got Queen plus Adam Lambert. I think they pushed it. They pushed that shit there since what 2011, 2011. That's what they call it. 2011. Ever since I never knew that. It was like it's been like 12 years. It was like 12 years tops. 12 years, including several worldwide tours that was from 2014 to like a year ago. Their first album, what's it says here? Oh yeah, collaboration album. The collaboration album that came out was it Live Around the World, or Live Around the World. So LATW. Listen, like I never had echo. It says, oh, it says here, Live Around the World, released in October 2020. That came out the same year Benjamin Kioff, uh, Elvis Presley, grandson who had died uh, around that year, 2020. Uh, the album that Queen and Adam Lambert had done together was released in October 2020 is called Live Around the World or Live Around the World. And it was debuted at the, what is it, the number one on the United Kingdom albums chart, UK albums chart. In late 2019, that was November of that year. It's months after my uncle died. Lambert founded a non-profit Feel Something Foundation, anchoring his ongoing philanthropy, LGBTQ+, and human rights activism. Its particular focus is support for organizations and projects that directly and disproportionately, that's the word here, disproportionately impact the LGBTQ plus community, including education and the arts, mental health, suicide prevention, and and their favorite, homelessness. Homelessness. There's a story that I did not know. Lambert was born in on Indianapolis, Indiana, on January 29th, 1982, to mother Layla, a dental hygienist, and father Eber Lambert, a program manager for Novatel Wireless company. His father is of partial Norwegian descent, and his mother is Jewish. What roots of what roots in Romania? Okay, Lambert was raised in the religion of his mother, Layla. He has a younger brother, Neil. Shortly after his birth, his family moved to San Diego, California, USA. Lambert began performing with the Metropolitan Educational Theater Network, which was now MET2. From the age of 9, a few years later, he began more intense acting and vocal coaching, continuing to perform with both MET2 and what was to become the Broadway bound Youth Theater Foundation. As he moved through Mesa Verde Middle School, a school that was a school district I think it was known for, uh, Poway Unified School District. It used to be Mesa Verde Middle School. Now it's Poway Unified School District. That would have to be a school district. It was a district school district. It's located in Poway, California. The district is operating 26 elementary schools. Okay, 7 middle schools. There's 7 of them, from 6 to 8. There's 5 comprehensive high schools. Yeah, from the ninth grade to 12th grade. The middle schools, that's from between 6th to 8th grade. That's led to graduation. So, and one continuation high school. That's what it says. It's 21 of the district schools are located in the city. So that's what it meant. And then Mount Carmel High School. Yeah, that's what it is, MCHS. There he became heavily involved with the theater and what's the word again? What's the word? Oh yeah, theater and choir, and theater and choir. Perform vocals with the school's jazz band. and competed in the local air bands competitions. He also appeared in local professional productions such as Hello Dolly. Hello Dolly is some sort of a play. It was like a 19 it came from a 1960s musical that that has the lyrics and music that came from the likes of legendary people like Jerry Herman. You know what I mean? It came out by the likes of Michael Stewart. It's based on the 1930s farce uh, that was called The Merchant of Yonkers, which that which that Wilder had revised and retitled The Matchmaker in the 1950s. So that's what's been out. Camelot, he was appearing in that. Camelot, he was appearing in that. It came from a early '60s musical that came from Alan Lerner and Fred Lowe. The Music Man, that came from a musical from back in the old days. Grease, a musical that's been out since the '50s. Chess, that musical has been out for years. ABBA was in this thing. I already got the ABBA book. I didn't get a chance to go back and read it yet. And the legendary Peter Pan. This what came from the old school musical that's been out uh, at the venues, such as the Starlight. The Starlight, I think there was the Lyceum, and there's others. After graduating from high school in 2000, he attended Cal State, California State University, Fullerton. His major was musical theater, but he left after 5 weeks. 5 weeks to move to LA. This is what Adam will say. Adam will say this. He said, I decided that what I really wanted to do was try to work in the real entertainment world. Life is all about taking risks to get what you want. The 2000s, that's what's going, bro. The 2000s, at 19, Lambert got his first professional job. His first job, performing on a cruise ship. Cruise ship. Yeah, that's what he does. He's performing on some sort of a cruise ship for those 10 months with Anita Mann Productions. There's Anita Mann, who was a choreographer and a dancer and actress. So Anita Mann Productions. That's named after Anita Mann, who was a who was again a choreographer, dancer, and actress. Afterwards, he performed. He performed his ass off in a light opera in Orange County, California. By the age of 21, he was signed with a manager and a cast in a European tour of Hair. In 2004, he appeared in a what do you call this thing? TUTS, Theater Under the Stars. Oh, that musical production company has been located in what is it, Houston, Texas? Oh yeah, what's the production of the name uh, Brigadoon? What's the name? Brigadoon? That's a Show Crawford thing there. I think David Brooks, Marion Bell, and Pamela Britton and Lee Sullivan used to be in this musical called Brigadoon. Brigadoon is it's like a musical, and it's a Pasadena Playhouse production of the 110 in the Shade. Before being cast in the role of Joshua in the Ten Commandments, it looks like a musical or a movie. It was a musical at the Kodak Theater with alongside the legendary Val Kilmer. he came to the attention of the casting director for Wicked, was the 2000s musical that Steven Schwartz had done the music and the lyrics. But done, yeah, that's what Steven Schwartz have already done the music and the lyrics anyway for that film. So and Lambert was being hired as the understudy for the role of Fierro. Fierro was already came from some sort of a play, I think. That came from that's from the Wicked trilogy. And an ensemble member in the first national touring production of the musical from the 2005 and the LA production. The LA production from 2007, he finished performances. Those performances he finished with the musical in 2008. That was from 2007 to 2008. He had to do those things. During the same period, Lambert briefly fronted underground rock band named by the Citizen. What's the name? Who's with Steve Sidelnik? The Citizen Vane. What's the name? The Citizen. What's the name? The Citizen Vane and Steve Sidelnik. Steve Sidelnik. Yeah. There's Tommy Victor. There's Monty Pittman. He also worked with a demo singer. What's he working with? A demo singer and a session musician. I was what we call him a session musician. I don't even know what it was a session musician. A compilation of his recordings from 2005 was so released. It was so released in 2009 on the album. What's it called? Take One. 2009. Okay, that's where I'm going to. 8th season of American Idol and For Your Entertainment album. Main articles. Lambert auditioned for season 8 of American Idol in San Francisco, California, by singing "Rock with You." That song looks like a Michael Jackson song. And Bohemian Rhapsody, that came from Queen. "Rock with You" came from Michael Jackson, I think, or Karen Carpenter. I think it came from Rod Temperton. I don't know where it came from. It came from what? Oh, it came from Michael Jackson's album "Rock with You." Yeah, that came from Michael Jackson's album "Off the Wall" or something. Uh, Advancing to Hollywood, they better call it Hollyweird. They better call it Hollyweird. That's what they call it. He performed "What's Up." That came from that from it came from 4 Non Blondes. I think 4 Non Blondes did that song. It's a song called "What's Up." I think it came from 4 Non Blondes and Linda Perry. And this solo called and this song called "Believe" that came from Cher. It came from Cher. Uh, and some kind of wonderful. That song came from the likes of who else it was. She's some kind of wonderful. That's what it says. She's some kind of wonderful. That came from John Ellison. In the group effort, in the group effort of all occasions, Simon Cowell. Simon Cowell, anybody remember him as a as an English TV personality, entrepreneur, and record executive? He voiced some sort of concern about his theatricality. But Randy Jackson, one of the judges on American Idol, who was an American music record executive and TV presenter in his own right. I don't even know if Randy Jackson. I don't know if Randy Jackson's related to the Jackson family or whatnot. But he found it current. He advanced easily to the top 36 performing. Oh goddamn. This shit here. This shit's starting to this shit's starting to mesmerize me, man. Like this. Oh yeah. The Rolling Stones. He started performing a classic song that came from the Rolling Stones. I can't get no satisfaction. That's what it says. I can't get no satisfaction. That song was. I think I heard that song was. I think that song was played on the movie Raw Deal. Uh, it was a 1986 film. We got Arnold Schwarzenegger trying to run into that fucking goddamn what the fuck around Arnold ran into? Is that fucking construction vehicle. He ran that goddamn construction vehicle with a fucking white Buick Riviera. Crashed onto a fucking construction vehicle, and all of a sudden the construction vehicle grabbed the fucking Buick and carried it. And all of a sudden the car gets fucking smashed and it gets blown the fuck up. In the first week of live shows, his rendition of oh God, Michael Jackson's Black or White song. That came from Michael Jackson, and then you have Black or White. That song, I think it came from the Dangerous album. I think it came out from like what, in the late 1991. I think I got that album already. I think I got that album already. I still got it though. In the first week of live shows, his rendition of Michael Jackson's Black or White was praised by all four judges. All four judges for Country Week. Country Week. With capital C, Country Week. He sang a sitar-infused version of. There's a song that came from Johnny Cash, rest in peace, Ring of Fire. His Motown Night acoustic version of the Miracles' song called "The Tracks of My Tears." It was in 1965, I think. Drew praise from the judges and a standing ovation from William Smokey Robinson Jr. The week's mentor, advancing the top to the top of the eight to the top eight. He sang in the 2001 Michael Andrews and Gary Jules arrangement of Mad World. Mad World. That song came from Tears for Fears, a British band that's been around for 41 years. Because the show exceeded its time slot. Only Cowell gave a critique, which he did by giving Lambert a standing ovation. The only one he bestowed during his decade long run as an American Idol judge. Okay, guess what happened. After Lambert sang this song, he sang the song called "Oh Look If I Can't Have You." That was like a Alicia Keys track. Or it wasn't. It came from the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack. That was from the 70s. I think that was Yvonne Elliman. That was from Yvonne Elliman and probably the Bee Gees, I think. I feel it's the Bee Gees and Yvonne Elliman. Probably the Bee Gees. It's probably their song though. He trying to sing that song that the Bee Gees had recorded back in the 70s. That was from the Saturday Night Fever movie. Delivering what Dale Guardi called his most memorable performances that he ever did. Cowell described his vocals as what you call it immaculate, for the top three show. He performed one. That came from I don't know where it came from. Before Cowell, Cowell declared if you are not in the final next week, it will be one of the biggest upsets, and continued with crying. Oh, that came from Aerosmith. Before Abdul affirmed, what did Abdul say? We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you next week, and many years after that. In March of 2009, that was that year. Photos of Lambert, photos of Lambert kissing another man while dressed in drag at Burning Man. Yeah, that's a. I don't know what a Burning Man. I don't know what a Burning Man is. That surfaced online. Okay, highlighted as a controversial thing, but they were displayed by the conservative commentators on the O'Reilly Factor. That show is hosted by Mr. William O'Reilly. That's probably his show. That show's been on Fox News Channel for like what, 27 years it's been out? Who called them embarrassing and questioned if the images would have an effect on the program? Fox restricted Fox restricted press access to Lambert and to his family following the outing. Despite conservative backlash, outlets such as the New York Times and ABC News, that's American Broadcasting, by the way, American Broadcasting Company, ABC News, they speculated that Lambert would be too popular to lose the competition. Upon the announcement of Lambert as a runner-up, American Idol pundits, gay bloggers, and LGBT news outlets reassessed these claims, noting that his queerness his queerness may have alienated some conservative viewers. Lambert, this guy had already performed three solos in a finale, a reprise from songs like Mad World that followed the 1960s civil rights anthem, A Change Is Gonna Come. That came from the late Sam Cooke. The late Sam Cooke. To tremendously positive judge reaction after his performance to the mandatory winner single "No Boundaries." That song that came out. That came from Chris Allen. There's Chris Allen's song here, "No Boundaries." That came from Chris Allen. Cowell summed up that journey that Lambert's been on over the entire season. You've been one of the best, most original contestants we've ever had on the show. The hope, the whole idea of a show like this is to find a worldwide star, and I truly believe we found that in you. In you, that's what it says. Upon the winning competition, Chris Allen, this is the guy who did the song "A Change Is Gonna Come," stated Adam deserved this, later explaining he thought Lambert deserved to win as much as he did, and that Lambert was the most consistent person all year. He was seriously one of the most gifted performers that I've ever met in my life. Lambert's version of the what does it say? The winner single was released alongside Allen's LA Times, later ranked Lambert fifth in its list at of the top of 120 American Idol contestants selected from the the first 9 seasons of the show, above Chris Allen. This stuff is there. Lambert performed Mad World on the early show and live with Regis and Kelly. He began American Idol's live tour 2009 in July of that summer. Was also the recipient of two awards: the Young Hollywood Award, the Artist of the Year, and the Teen Choice Award for Male Reality Variety Star between 2009 and 2011 for your entertainment touring. Find Your Entertainment, Lambert's first studio album, was released in 2009, in late 2009, debuting at number 3 on the Billboard 200 and selling 198,000 copies in the U.S. its first week. The album saw Lambert in collaboration with producers such as Rob Cavallo, Dr. Luke, Max Martin, album writers, including the guys that's already been featured on the album. Well, they about to write the album. Uh, Matthew Bellamy, Ryan Tedder, Rivers Cuomo, Justin Hawkins, Alicia Moore Hart, aka Pink, 49 Blondes Linda Perry, 49 Blondes singer and songwriter Linda Perry, and Lady Gaga. That's Lady Gaga, whose real name was Stephanie Germanata. At Metacritic, the album received a score of 71, which indicates generally favorable reviews. Spin said the album is perhaps the strongest, most flavorful batch of tunes. That's what we call it, a batch of tunes, to reach an AI vet. And Lambert's, what's it, polymorphous? What's the word? That's the word he using? Polymorphous? Okay. Vocal skills. Polymorphous, that's what word. Polymorphous vocal skills unite. Dance floor and strut and hard rock pomp and a convincing glam package. Rolling Stone, however it happens, they gave it a more mixed review. More mixed review. The songs, they sound great, but they're strangely stuffy or stuffy. That's the word, stuffy. It seems like a disc that was overthought. Next time, the hugely talented Lambert should make sure he's going straight for the gut. That means for the jugular. It's called Kelly. It's called Kelly and Dr. Luke uh, produced lead single for your entertainment. Proceeded. The album's released. The album's released has been proceeded, but was not as successful as its second single. It's called "What Do You Want From Me." It's that "What Do You Want From Me" song that they had that came from Lambert. Came from Lambert, uh, which impacted on charts worldwide, became his highest peaking single at number 10 on the Billboard 100 Hot 100, uh, and was nominated for the Grammy Award for Best Male Pop Vocal Performance at the 53rd Awards Ceremony. The 53rd Awards Ceremony. Another notable single was "Time for Miracles," the ending theme for the disaster movie 2012. As of April, as of April in 2012, that's the word, April 2012, For Your Entertainment has sold nearly 2 million copies worldwide. Worldwide it does. And was certified gold in the US in June 2010. On November 22nd, which I had to had to revert back to Lambert. Lambert performed that song for your entertainment at the AMA, the 2009 American Music Awards. The controversial performance, I didn't know that performance was so controversial to begin with, which was the night's finale, showed Lambert kissing a male bassist and grabbing the crotch of another. That's gay. That's totally gay. Shit. That's Lambert. That's Adam Lambert. He likes guys. That's what he does. Guy's a perv. But he's gay with guys. In response, the PTC. Oh yeah, the Parents Television Council, the Parent Television and Media Council. It used to be the PTC. Now it's the PTMC, Parents Television and Media Council. They've been in this game since the 90s. A conservative decency group. Yeah, that's right. A conservative decency group urged viewers to complain to the FCC and launched a formal complaint. What's a formal complaint? I don't even know. Though the performance aired outside FCC's usual 6 to 10 time frame, prohibiting the broadcast of an indecent material. The indecent material. What else did ABC will do? They kiss the ass of the goddamn FCC. That's what they do. ABC wants to ride the dick of the FCC. And that's what they did. What did ABC do? They received about 1,500 telephone complaints and threatening to cancel Adam Lambert's performance on the November 25th on Good Morning America. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Why would they receive those complaints about Adam Lambert kissing a male bassist and grabbing the crotch of another bassist? All this led from the November 22nd. You got people complaining about they want to have Lambert's performance on the 25th of November uh 2009 pulled. What the fuck? Why the fuck did he want to complain about Adam Lambert's performance on on the AMA in 2009, kissing a male bassist in the lips, and then he grabbed another bassist by the crotch. Probably grabbed him by the balls or the dick. Really though, ABC received about 1,500 telephone complaints and canceled Lambert's performance on November 25th on Good Morning America. His upcoming performance go be on Jimmy Kimmel Live and removed him from consideration for Richard Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve. Yeah. Well, that one's good. That one already started this year. So Ryan Seacrest had to host that shit this year. But that was over with. That was over and done with. Discussing the incident in a Rolling Stone interview, Lambert stated that female performers have been doing this for years, pushing the envelope, yeah, the envelope or envelope about sexuality. And the minute a man does it, everybody freaks out. Everybody is freaking the fuck out. This is what he said. We're in 2009. It's time to take risks, be a little more brave. Time to open people's eyes, and if it offends them, then maybe I'm not I'm not for them. My goal was not was not to piss people off. It was to promote freedom of expression and artistic freedom. That's a word. Expression and artistic freedom. Lambert, he returned to the AMAs those multiple years, 2 years behind, as later as a presenter, and was warmly received, rejecting claims that the singer was banned from the show in 2009. In 2009, the guy who executive produced the AMAs, Larry Klein. Larry Klein was the executive producer that said that he's anticipating future Lambert performances. He said, Adam Lambert is a friend of ours. He's talented, and I like everything about him. Lambert's performance was included in Billboard's list of top 10 American music awards moments. On the eve of its 40th anniversary in November 2012, in the months leading to his album release, Lambert appeared on the cover of magazines such as Entertainment Weekly uh, in May of 2009, Rolling Stone in June of that year, and details on November of that year. Uh, his Rolling Stone cover story became the magazine's best-selling issue of the year. He appeared on the cover of Out magazine in their 2009 Out 100 issue, sparking controversy as Out's publisher issued him an open letter questioning the quote unquote gayness of his image. In April, he became one of People's Magazine's was a word. What he became one of People Magazine's most beautiful people of 2010. You see this picture? There's a picture of all the cast members of Friends. But that show is so 29 years old. Okay, you got the cast members on Friends. You have Matthew Perry, Matthew LeBlanc, David Schwimmer, Lisa Kudrow, Courtney Cox or Kat, and Jennifer Aniston. Okay, that picture was already been out on the cover. Again, yesterday was a fucking People magazine that had Mary J. Blige on the cover, the queen of R&B music. My subscription has to expire at some point. Waiting for June to come. I hope that fucking expiration will come through when my subscription to them comes to an end. In a couple months, it will come to an end. He was chosen. It was chosen for Barbara Walters' 10 most fascinating people of 2009. I know that Barbara Walters. I know that Barbara Walters have passed away this year. God rest her soul. You know, I miss Barbara Walters, man, dearly. I miss her dearly. She was one of those. She was one of the most fascinating news people in the history of news television. Okay, ABC News, man, she was like a legend in this game, bro. Nobody can ever do what she do. Rest in peace, Barbara Walters. Lambert was. I'll tell you what Adam Lambert had done. They chose Lambert for that Barbara Walters 10 most fascinating people of 2009. And he was also interviewed on the show of December 10th. In late 2009, he performed. Why do you have to let him perform even though people are threatening to cancel him anyway? They could let that man perform on the David Letterman Late Show. He performed on goddamn David Letterman Late Show, even though Letterman is about to retire. The Tonight Show with Conan O'Brien. The season finale of So You Think You Can Dance. The Jay Leno Show. The Oprah Winfrey Show. Yeah, that show. The Oprah Winfrey Show. Look at the show. Look at the show. The Oprah Winfrey Show. That show's been in the game. Look at this shit. That show's been in the fucking game. Okay? I'm not gonna lie. It's been around from 1986 to 2011. That show's been canceled since 2011. Okay? It's been 37 years. All the way to like 12 years. All the way to like 12 years since that show was gone. He performed his first official solo concert, which sold out at Fantasy Springs Resort Casino in Indio, California. In 2010, April 2010, Lambert returned to American Idol as the former contestant to mentor during a what? Elvis Presley themed week. That was dedicated to the King of Rock and Roll theme week, where he also performed in June. That was way in 2010. He appeared on Canada's Much Music Video Awards to receive in the You Are Fave International Video Award for What Do You Want From Me? That's the song that he does. That's the song that Adam Lambert would do. In early June of 2010, Lambert embarked on his debut headlining the Glam Nation tour. That's what we call it, the Glam Nation tour. That's what we call it. Playing the U.S., Europe, and Asia for 113 shows. Nearly all of them had sold out. The indie show was filmed for Lambert's first video release for the Glam Nation Live show. A 13 track CD that was with a DVD. There's a concert, which that music television networks MTV called Out of This World, and his subsequent video release were well received, with Entertainment Weekly saying it sizzles with the energy that Lambert's vocals bring in a live concert setting. Glam Nation Live. I don't know what happened with that show. Uh, Glam Nation Live debuted at number one on the SoundScan music video chart and landed a number and what was it they say number 12 on the Billboard's 2011 year-end music video sales chart. This followed the release of his first extended play, Acoustic Level. Or what's Acoustic Level? Oh, Acoustic Live. I snapped myself out of it. It's a Acoustic Live! Exclamation point, consisting of acoustic versions of songs recorded live in various countries. The EP garnered excellent reviews, was called electrifying by the New York Daily News. In August, he was profiled in an hour-long for BH1's Behind the Music series, BTM series, Behind the Music series, and later in the year he met the look what was this? What was this guy happen there? In the year mentored in a second time in the Hub. This channel I never even heard of. The Hub. The TV network's majors and minors. I never even heard of that shit. Coaching singing contestants who were children, little kids. In late 2011, Lambert Lambert joined Queen, a legendary uh rock and roll group, legendary rock band that he idolized, as the lead singer at the MTV Europe Music Awards, where the band was honored with a Global Icon award, and they performed a medley of classic hits. Trespassing. Lambert changed management from 19 Entertainment to Direct Management Group in August 2011. The title track of his second studio album, Trespassing, which Pharrell Williams had co-written, while the album's lead single, Better Than I Know Myself, he collabed with Dr. Luke and Claude Kelly, was released digitally on December 20th of 2011. That was one of those years. That was like 12 years ago. There's no need for citation. Trespassing was released on May 15, 2012. They should have held it back away till 2012, until it got released on May 15th, 2012, to positive reviews. On May 23rd, the album debuted at number one on the Billboard 200 chart, selling 77,000 copies, and at the number three in United Kingdom's midweek chart, UK's midweek chart. Single number two here is "Never Close Our Eyes." That's a Bruno. Else like Bruno Mars had probably written that song. Him and a couple of producers. Him and a couple of people that wrote it. Uh, it was written by Bruno Mars and produced by Dr. Luke. Let me show you this picture. Dr. Luke, Lucas Gottwald. It was released on. It was released digitally on April 17th to positive reviews. Lambert returned to AI, American Idol, for that third consecutive year that he had on the results. That results the show that kind of preceded the show's final week. The performance of May 17th of Never Close Our Eyes was touted for its vibrant energy and dazzle, as well as for the powerhouse vocals that had become the signature that he'd been wanting for a long time. Yeah, they ate that up too. They ate that up so much. They just loved it. Throughout the summer, throughout the spring and summer of 2012, all right, now doing video. Come on, guy, I'm doing video, guy. Throughout the spring and summer of 2012, Lambert performed across Europe, North America, Asia, and Australia, appearing in festivals on radio and television, and in concert, including one of several headlining spots at Summer Sonic Festival on that year, 2012. In September, he appeared on the finale of The Voice of China, the country's most popular program. Lambert joined Queen for a concert date collaboration kicking off with a 2-hour extravaganza under the auspices of the UEFA in Kyiv in June 30th, in the eve of the Euro 2012 football championship viewed live by hundreds of thousands of Ukraine's main square. The performance was touted for the strength of Lambert's showmanship, vocal excellence, and interpretive skill, which confidently balanced old and new almost uniformly. Reviews noted Lambert's vocals, his sizzle, and electrifying presence, along with the synergy of the collaboration, which Brian may have called organic. Trespassing, Lambert's third single, was released as part of an 8-track EP of remixes that included a radio edit of the original song entitled Trespassing Remixes. It became available to radio and digital outlets in October, with hard copies sold from his official website only. Trespassing debuted at number 1 on the Billboard Hot Dance Singles Sales chart, giving Lambert his 10th number 1 in was it a Billboard entry. On October 23rd, Lambert acted. That's what Adam Lambert would do. He acted and performed 2 songs from the Trespassing album in the Halloween special of the TV series Pretty Little Liars. This is the show here. That was from this is the show right here. Pretty Little Liars. Lambert appeared for the first time in South Africa in November, headlining arena concerts in Cape Town, Johannesburg, and South Africa's The Sunday Times. Lambert, they called Lambert's Joburg performance epic and electrifying, stating that his voice is stunning and his entertainment factor is through the roof. Later that month, he was way in Hong Kong, delivering a powerful, almighty performance at the 2012 Mnet Asian Music Awards. Yeah, 2012 MAMA. The album Trespassing album was revealed in the year in lists and polls, among them the best album of the year at Rolling Stone, number 3 at Billboard for the favorite 200 number 1 albums, and number 8 on the People magazine. I gotta go to People again. With the Friends book, the cast members again. People magazine's list of top 10 music in its year-end issue, Queen plus Adam Lambert was named Best Live Act of 2012 at GigWise. What's the word? Oh, GigWise. GIGWISE, GigWise. And one of the classic rock's pop magazine shit, those type of shit they go on. Classic rock. Why would classic rock has this top events there of the year anyway? Classic rock, a British magazine that has what it has. Why go there and be in the top events of the year, courtesy of classic rock? That was a British magazine that I never even heard of. Lambert had left 19 recordings on his contract, but it's about to outdate, let alone expired. But he remained with RCA Records on February 17th. The newly dubbed "We Are Glamoury," that was like "We Are Family." That tour got kicked off in Seoul, with 17 stops throughout Asia and Europe, His first solo concert in Hong Kong on March 5th was Time for Miracles, was noted for the live debut of two songs like the Time for Miracles song and a cover of Shout. Where Shout came from? That came from the Isley Brothers. That's his shit. Ain't from the Isley Brothers. That came from ain't from the Isley Brothers. I'm tripping. That came from Tears for Fears. It called Stunning and vocally impressive. Lambert have won the favorite international artist category at the Star TV 17th Chinese Music Awards, the CMA, held in Macau in April. Performing performing two songs from Trespassing, Lambert also appeared as a guest judge uh, during auditions on the CI show, Chinese Idol. On May 11th, Lambert for his album Trespassing along with who was that? Frank Ocean? Oh, that's Frank Ocean. He was an American singer, songwriter, and rapper. His real name was I found his real name was Christopher Ocean. Christopher Francis Ocean. That's his real name. Christopher Francis Ocean. For Channel Orange were co-recipients of the award for Outstanding Music Artist at the 24th GLAAD Media Awards. He returned to American Idol on the 16th of May for the fourth consecutive year, performing a duet with Angie Miller. Well, Zelen, they call her, on the 12th season finale of American Idol, where Miller was a finalist in the top three. The pair tackled the song Titanium. That's the song Titanium, but that's a song that came from David Guetta. In a letter sent to let me rephrase. In a letter sent to the Hollywood Reporter on July 12th, Lambert revealed that he would be leaving RCA due to was a quote unquote creative differences. The same shit happened in WWE last year with Mercedes Bernardo and Trinity McCray Fatu and Trinity Fatu. Uh, Last night it's supposed to be Trinity, but no, it had to be Demi Bennett. It wasn't Trinity, it's just Demi Bennett. Rhea Ripley. Centering most directly on his next release, with RCA pushing, quote unquote, pushing for a covers album, Lambert stated, "My heart is simply not in doing a covers album. I am already deep into writing new material with some very talented colleagues for a brand new album, and I can't tell you how excited I am to share this new sound and direction. This music is where my heart is." Lambert unveiled a collaboration with Nile Rodgers Jr., a DJ producer Avicii. That's Tim Bergling. When the three appeared on stage together for the track's United States debut, the U.S. debut at an August benefit concert in L.I., Long Island, New York. The song entitled "Lay Me Down" released on Avicii's album True. the debut album. On September 17th in the US though, it had already begun climbing charts worldwide. It received wide acclaim in previews and landed at number one on a compilation of Rolling Stone's favorite songs, albums, and videos, Lambert and Queen. This is gonna be longer than that shit. Oh, shit. Lambert and Queen made their first live concert appearance in the US, closing the night of September 20th at the 2013 iHeart Radio Music Festival at the MGM Grand Arena. Reviews for the performance were stellar, with Rolling Stone stating that they dominated night one, also calling them most anticipated act of the evening, with Lambert astounding the audience. Billboard was equally laudatory, remarking on the magnetic power of the vocals, adding that Lambert oozed charisma. Lambert made his debut on the fifth season of Glee on November 7th, playing the role of Elliot Starchild Gilbert in what became a multi-episode arc. His rendition of Lady Gaga's Marry the Night was released prior to the air date, garnering publicity and positive reviews. Accolades for Lambert's debut spotlighted his powerful vocals and dynamic presence. His remake of Marry the Night impacted Billboard, the top for the following week, debuted at number 39 on the Pop Digital Songs chart. Was it PDS? Oh, they had the Pop Digital Songs chart. Let me see here. Lambert was in attendance to receive two awards at China's Huading Music Awards, Best International Male Vocalist, and the Fan Choice Award on December 18th in Shanghai. Lambert tied at number 3 on Forbes' annual list of top earning American idols due to his live performances and other endeavors. I'm gonna go do part 2 of this thing. Hold on. I'm gonna go do I gotta do part 2 of this thing. Hold on. I'm gonna go jump to part 2 of this birthday celebration. It'll take too long. I'm gonna do part 2 of this thing. We'll do part 2 of this thing.